Originally, I was put with Tammy. I paid for the script. I paid $250,000. That's my script. That's why 50 when he came in, because we put a custody cease order in through my attorney. That's why they couldn't do a motion picture. That's why you didn't see the BMF story on the big screen.
There are new reports saying that the rapper and producer 50 Cent is very angry with the actor Lil Meech. He is so mad that he has threatened to fire Lil Meech from the popular TV show BMF. This is all happening because there are growing rumors that Lil Meech has been sabotaging the show and being disloyal. According to people who work in the entertainment business, 50 Cent thinks that Lil Meech has been doing things to hurt the show's success. The problem got much worse after new claims appeared. These claims say that another famous rapper, Rick Ross, secretly gave money to Lil Meech. The purpose of the payment was supposedly to cause trouble for the show's production and to change the story people tell about the real BMF legacy. People close to the situation say that 50 Cent has been feeling suspicious for many months. He has accused Lil Meech of sharing private information about the show, not showing up to important events meant to promote the series, and creating drama behind the scenes. But the rumor about the secret payment from Rick Ross was the final thing 50 Cent could take. He reportedly told his team, "I built this show from nothing. If he is working for both us and our enemies, then he is finished." These accusations have caused a huge argument online. Fans are split into two groups. One group believes that Lil Meech did betray the BMF project. The other group thinks that Lil Meech is being blamed for things he didn't do and is being treated unfairly. At the same time, Rick Ross has not said anything publicly about these claims. His silence is making people guess that there might be even more to this story that hasn't been revealed yet. With everyone so angry and the future of the whole TV series now in danger, 50 Cent seems prepared to take a big step. If the rumors about Lil Meech turn out to be true, he could end up losing his job on the show. This would mean losing his last big connection to the story and legacy of BMF.
Big Meech's giant welcome home concert
I told you it was
was
gonna get
canceled.
What'd I tell you?
The bill was
What did
insane.
I say?
The list of artists on it was
50 Cent has now officially increased the pressure on Lil Meech. He is strongly suggesting that he is ready to fire Lil Meech from the BMF TV show. 50 Cent believes that Lil Meech has been purposely trying to damage the series. The entire problem started to get much worse after Lil Meech's father, Big Meech, was seen spending time with Rick Ross, who is 50 Cent's longtime rival. From that point on, the bad feelings between everyone grew very quickly and turned into a major public argument. Just a few days later, 50 Cent decided to share private text messages online. These messages showed Lil Meech complaining about 50 Cent no longer following him on social media. In the texts, Lil Meech also accused 50 Cent of paying more attention to another musician instead of him. Those same private messages also revealed another important piece of information. They showed that Rick Ross had given some money to Big Meech. The money was meant to help Big Meech get by financially until the next season of the BMF show. When 50 Cent found out about this payment, it reportedly made him absolutely furious. As a response to all of this, 50 Cent started making fun of Lil Meech in public. He hinted that it would be easy to find another actor to take Lil Meech's role on the show. He even suggested that he might end the entire BMF series completely because of all the drama.
Scrapped.
February 13th, the Big Meech home benefit concert.
50 Cent even went a step further by making a sarcastic joke. He claimed that if things kept going this way, Lil Meech might soon find himself as a cast member on a reality show like Love and Hip Hop Atlanta instead of being on a serious drama. The most important thing to know is that 50 Cent holds all the power in this situation because he owns the rights to the BMF story for both television and movies. This means that Rick Ross cannot just go and make his own version of a BMF show or film because 50 Cent would sue him and stop him completely. On top of that, 50 Cent has been publicly questioning the big welcome home concert that was being planned for Big Meech after his release from prison. He has been pointing out that big music stars like Lil Baby have already canceled their appearances, and he suggests that other artists will probably cancel too. All of this makes it clear that what is happening is about more than just firing Lil Meech from the show. It is about 50 Cent sending a strong warning to everyone involved. But this leads to a bigger question that people are asking. Why is Rick Ross suddenly the person who is giving Big Meech so much money? After Big Meech was let out of prison, his new friendship with Ross surprised a lot of people in the music industry and made them wonder what the real reason for their partnership could be. Reportedly, Big Meech had believed that when he finally came home, important people from the rap world would show him support. He thought the support would not just be with words or by showing up at events, but with actual financial help. Rick Ross was the one who actually did this and gave him a large amount of money. That one decision to accept the cash from Ross might have been the event that started all of the problems that are happening now. Taking that money from his rival immediately put Big Meech on 50 Cent's radar in a negative way. From that moment on, 50 Cent made it his personal goal to cause problems for both Big Meech and Lil Meech whenever he could. Since then, 50 Cent has constantly kept the pressure on them, making it harder and harder for the Meech family to stay famous and successful unless they make peace with him.
Boss of all bosses, and today I'm coming to tell all my supporters, if you're a business owner, entrepreneur, whatever you got, you trying to make it go up, hit me right.
50 Cent has been pushing a story that is very damaging to Big Meech's reputation. He has even been hinting that Big Meech is not a person you can trust, and this claim has spread very quickly online and in the music industry. Because of this, many artists who used to celebrate Big Meech and his legacy are now pulling away from him. Some have even said publicly that they would not perform at any event that is connected to him. The respect that people once had for Big Meech is quickly falling apart. What used to be a symbol of power and success for him has now turned into a problem that makes people want to avoid him. In just a few weeks, the way the public sees Big Meech has changed in a huge way. People went from being excited about his return from prison to now actively trying not to be associated with him. The big benefit concert that everyone was looking forward to was supposed to give him a financial boost and a chance to get his influence back. But instead, the entire event completely fell apart because of the pressure from 50 Cent's campaign against him. The concert was supposed to be a major turning point for Meech, but instead it showed everyone just how weak and unstable his position in the music industry has become. The way 50 Cent holds a grudge has become almost legendary. It isn't just a personal feeling for him, it is a carefully planned strategy. This is why he remains undefeated when it comes to fights within the music business. Once 50 Cent decides someone is his target, he doesn't just want to win an argument. His goal is to tear down their reputation, mess with their money, and make it almost impossible for them to recover. Right now, Big Meech is feeling the full effect of that pressure, and the cancellation of his big benefit concert is clear proof of how far 50 Cent is willing to go to win. This wasn't a situation where the concert failed because no one wanted to buy tickets or because people weren't interested. In fact, the event had a very strong list of performers, including major names like Boozy, Young Scooter, and others. The concert was set up to be a huge homecoming moment for Big Meech, which would have helped him both financially and with his status in the culture. But all of those plans disappeared because of a single power move from 50 Cent. According to people who know what happened, 50 Cent made one strategic phone call, and suddenly the entire event was canceled. The reason he could do this is because of his deep connections with the big companies that promote and run concerts. These are business relationships that 50 Cent has built over many decades. These companies know how important it is to stay on 50 Cent's good side, and they are not willing to risk their long-term business with him just for one concert for Big Meech. The final result was that Big Meech's big comeback moment completely fell apart before it even had a chance to begin.
But when we go to your crib, and me and Murder sitting in the backyard, and you like, yo, little baby ain't give me no money. He came in a Ferrari truck, he had the Ferrari truck, he had 4 pockets full. I'm looking at this nigga, yo, this nigga tripping, like.
The money problems caused by 50 Cent's actions are showing up in more than one way. You can see it clearly when you look at Lil Meech, whose own business projects and money-making efforts have also been hurt by all the drama. What was once a promising future for him to rebuild the Meech family name is now covered by the shadow of 50 Cent's constant interference. This is a clear sign that 50 Cent's anger is not going away anytime soon. The whole situation has gotten so bad that it has reached a breaking point, and it shows just how much things have fallen apart for Lil Meech. Not very long ago, he was the main star of a hit television series. He was building a great career as an actor, and carrying on the legacy of a powerful story. Now, however, reports say he is taking payments as low as $500 to make promotional posts on his Instagram just so he can pay his bills. That huge drop from being a TV star shows just how unstable his life has become behind the scenes. There is nothing wrong with taking promotion deals on their own. When people are having a hard time with money, everyone looks for ways to make ends meet. But the way Lil Meech acts in these advertisement videos tells a deeper and more sad story. People watching him notice that he seemed disconnected and bored, almost as if someone was forcing him to do the ads instead of him treating it like a normal business decision. This obvious decline in his situation has started conversations about whether Lil Meech is dealing with more serious personal problems that people don't see. 50 Cent has talked publicly about some of those problems. He said that there were big issues while they were filming the show. According to him, Lil Meech came to work clearly under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Sometimes he was in no condition to act, and he eventually had to go to a rehab program just to keep his job on the show. The problem got so bad that other actors on the show started to notice and become worried. In one specific event, Lil Meech got physically sick during a scene where he was supposed to be learning how to handle weapons. In another event, drugs were found inside his car. When you know about these reports, it makes sense why the people in charge are talking more seriously about removing him from any future projects they have. The entertainment business depends on people being professional and reliable. When an actor's behavior starts to cause big problems for the production, even strong working relationships can be destroyed. At this point, many people believe that Lil Meech being forced to leave 50 Cent's projects might be the unavoidable next part of a story. Lil Meech's downfall wasn't just because of the bad choices he made himself. It was a chain reaction that was started by both his own actions and the actions of his father, Big Meech. Sitting in the middle of all this chaos is Big Meech, whose own influence and decisions have played a huge part in how everything happened. In many ways, this situation is just as much about how people see you as it is about money. Big Meech has always depended on his famous, almost legendary, reputation to get people's attention and financial support. But the moment that reputation starts to break and look bad, all of that support vanishes. Once people stop seeing him as a larger-than-life figure, the money and the opportunities disappear almost immediately.
The full lineup is Lil Baby, Rick Ross, 21 Savage, Sexy Red, Kodak Black, 42 Doug, ESTG, Moneybag Yo, Boss Man D-Lo, T Grizzly, Babyface Ray, Icewear Vezo, Skilla Baby Peasy, Payroll Giovanni, Boosie, Young Scooter.
50 has the third party cooperate.
A clear example of how things have changed for Big Meech happened during a meeting with the rapper Lil Baby and Tony Yao. In the old days, a visit like this was a sign of respect and would usually end with Lil Baby handing Meech a thick envelope of cash, just because of who Meech was and his legendary reputation. This time, however, that payout never happened. The fact that he wasn't shown that kind of respect reportedly bothered Meech a lot. It was a public sign that his influence has seriously faded and proved that his financial situation is completely tied to how people view him. Making the problem worse is the fact that Big Meech apparently spent all the money he and his son, Lil Meech, earned from 50 Cent's successful BMF television series. By the time he was released from prison, those funds were gone. When he reached out to 50 Cent for more support, he was met with silence. Seeing an opportunity, another famous rapper, Rick Ross, decided to step in and offer Meech financial backing, even though he knew it meant going directly against 50 Cent. This decision put Lil Meech in a deeply uncomfortable and stressful position. He had built his entire acting career under 50 Cent's guidance and wanted to remain loyal to him. At the same time, he felt a duty to support his father, who had now accepted help from 50's most famous rival. This tension left him trapped in the middle of a feud that was far bigger than he was, and it has effectively stalled everything he had worked so hard to build. The situation has now grown into something much more serious than a simple disagreement. It has become a full-blown power struggle over the BMF legacy, the money it can make, and who gets to control the story. On one side is 50 Cent, who legally owns the TV and film rights, and is the person who built the BMF show from nothing. On the other side is Rick Ross, who is eager to use Big Meech's famous name to boost his own image and directly challenge 50 Cent's empire. Rick Ross is playing a long game. By publicly associating with Big Meech, He is trying to position himself as the new face of the BMF legacy. Even though he doesn't own the legal rights, he knows that if the public and the culture start to see him as the true ally of BMF, it can weaken 50 Cent's grip on the story. Stuck in the middle of all this is Lil Meech, whose career is now in serious danger because of choices he didn't really make. If he sides with Rick Ross, he risks being kicked off the very show that made him famous. If he sides with 50 Cent, he risks destroying his relationship with his father. It's a lose-lose situation where any decision he makes will have negative consequences that could follow him for years. This fight is no longer just about a television show. It's a major battle over who controls a famous name and who gets to be remembered in its history.